So, delving into some larger, for the first time I properly looked for something in a while, and what was the question? Uh, it was regarding human evolution, if I'm correct. Yeah. I've always had this argument for religion. If religion exists and if Adam and Eve exist, then how are we here? Then how are we here? And the answer I found, and which I've just recently found, I heard it from an associate. I did not appreciate that associate enough, but I heard from that associate randomly that Adam and Eve were not here since the start. That's what I heard. Really bad for the face. What I heard was that they were not from the start. Because when was the Earth made? A very long time ago. And the translation of the Quran is not really correct as well. I just realized that because it's really hard to interpret. If you look closely, you find out that there is this verse in the Quran that the earth was created in, and I quote, 6 days. If you look at that a bit closely, you find out that it wasn't days, it was just a synonym which could have been used as epochs or an epoch. An epoch which has been looked after and is a translation of the word Umayyad or something resembling that, if I'm correct. Then in that case, it is actually viable. It's viable. I'm just like, fuck everything. I now do not have any proof that God does not exist. That is a really weird feeling. There's questions, but still, it's a really daunting realization. Yeah, I don't want to do that. There's things to consider still, It's weird. Yeah, I know. It's not been good for me at all. One of the only associates I had, I made her feel bad. Now she is upset with me. How are you supposed to deal with that? I'm not equipped to handle this. I'm not equipped to handle anything I'm dealing with, really. These videos at this point, it's all just for me to talk to myself. That's it. I know I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not listening to these. I'm listening to myself. That's it. It's weird how I see something in the corner of my door. I don't know if it's the camera or something, but it really seems like it's there. not like it's strangling, but really, if you look closely to the door, it seems like a figure crouching there. That is very unsettling. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's gonna come at me, but it looks like something. Yeah, it's there. Point my finger there, where right there. It's not over here, but if you look over there where my finger is, you can really see something going on over there. Not sure what that is, but I mean, now that I've found out that evolution is now not a factor for me to abate the value of religion or Islam in this case, that could very much be something that's very intriguing. The fact that the thing that's right there can exist and it's real. I don't see it because you can't see it, but cameras, if I'm correct, do capture things differently. Yeah, that's weirdly real. This is but yeah. Why am I sitting here? Why am I even here recording this? What's the point of this? It's all just a defense mechanism for something. And that's the thing with religion, defense mechanisms can exist. I mean, not the stupid ones. I just checked out Hinduism. It says that their god is a weird bed which is made of cobra things. That obviously makes no sense. It's a really bad position for this. That's also a very bad position. That is a really bad visual position, but it's fine. It's not like something's gonna come behind me. Anyways, till what I've seen that in Hinduism there's some weird shit going on. In what is the problem with Christianity? What is the problem with Christianity? I think the problem was about Jesus being the Son of God and how the whole thing doesn't make sense. Yeah. It's a really good one actually. But the point is that I have one question answered and now I don't have anything left to ask. But there's just something, like if you were to ask me, does he exist? What would I say? Atheism, what the fuck is atheism? Atheism, let's Google atheism, just Google atheism. Atheism, what's atheism? A lack of belief in gods. It's not disbelief in gods or denial of gods. It's okay, so an atheism is basically a blunt person. It literally says that, it's a lack of belief in gods. American Atheists, the website says that. I mean, it's just people who are blunt, okay? If you call yourself a nihilist, that's one thing. If you call yourself an agonist, an absurdist, or something like that, that would be something. Even a religious person, an Islam, Muslim, something. At least you have some grasp of who you are. If you're an atheist, you're just blunt. You don't really care about what's going on. That's really concerning. But yeah, atheism is that. Nobody's an atheist. Now, what is the only What is the only real religion? Let's see what Google gives us. Islam is the one and only religion. You would easily find that they set up partners in what? Okay, no, I don't know. Okay, let's see what he's saying. What do you mean partners? Okay. What is this? Kamil Ahmed. If you were to examine their beliefs and practice closely, you would find that they set up partners in worship. I don't know what he's saying. Since the dawn of man, and preaches the same message as brought by all those prophets. Islam is a religion which has been preserved throughout time. Not wrong at all. You know, this could be a reason. I used to not believe the thing about religion not being tampered with is that what's the word? Like, it could be chance, you know, because belief is really huge, but at the same time, it could be him himself manifesting himself in a way. Because, I mean, what is he just gonna do? Like some insane explosion or something? It's not like that. It could be a mode. However, we will. Okay, the miracle of the Quran is one of the greatest for it. The perfection. No, what is this? The miracle of the Quran is one of the greatest proofs that Islam. Okay, this is a statement. We'll just leave that. It's been proven that since the time of its revelation to this day that it is 100% from Allah. How? Okay, we have this. We're not denying this claim at all. We're not denying this claim. Okay, this might as well be the truth, but the question is how? And since its revelation to this day, not a single no, lots of people have just made random claims, you know, like this is, I'm not saying that it's not true, I'm just saying that this claim in itself is just weird. Perfection of Islam, there exists no religion more. This is very true. Islam is one of the most perfect religions, but again, it doesn't mean divinity, but it could might as well be it's in itself. Wow, dandruff is like snow. Seek other than the religion of Islam one times. You know, one problem I've had, I don't know how to describe it, I've never been able to describe it. It is, you know, how are the angels described? That's one of the problems I've had always. Like, why are they described like that? Like, they're so big, and like, I've never been able to grasp that. You know, like, how do you quantify that? It really bugs me a lot. Like, how, like, look, according to how, let me check how the Quran is described. Just look. Obviously, they're heavenly beings. Let's go on. Okay. In Islam, angels are are believed to be heavenly beings created from luminous origin by God. Quran is the principal source for the Islamic concept of angel, but more extensive features. Okay, Hadith literature, Miraj literature, Islamic exegesis. What is Islamic exegesis? Okay. Theology. You know what? I should probably show the screen. Not this one. This one. Anyways. And lack passion and bodily desires if angels can nevertheless fail. Okay. Characteristics. Okay, let me get some food. What was that? The description of the angels was just beating me, you know. Okay, anyways. Honolulu, okay. Although Muslim authors disagree on the exact nature of the angels, they agree that they are autonomous entities. Okay. Autonomous. Let's see. Autonomous. Okay, that was wrong. We're looking at this right now. Acting. Okay. Okay. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one too. Fuck. Okay. This one. In Islam, angels are as described. Okay. Need to eat a human, not an animal. Okay. Anyways, getting back to my point. That's how they're describing them. Angels are attracted to clean and sacred places. Okay. I did not hear this before. What is this about angels to go? Okay. TMJ. Okay, according to Wikipedia, which is the reliable source, not a, it's the reliable source, and I quote, they are hollow. What the no, they're not hollow. They have not a cavity in their body. Like, how is that possible? Various Islamic scholars. Okay. So, it just says they don't have cavities. The option was okay. One of the Islamic major characteristics is okay, so they're not bound by metabolism then. They're bound by metabolism, but they don't experience these. Okay, how these exist, that's out of our jurisdiction. Okay, we can definitely say that that is out of what we can understand. This is not proper, it's something else. Anyways, what about how they look like? How do they look like? Okay, various Islamic scholars also quoted that angels do not need to. Okay, they are described as immortal. Okay. So it said that really these angels are described as being created from incorporeal. Okay, what is it? What the fuck does that mean? Incorporeal. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh no. Okay, having no material body or form. So then, how is okay, 17th century Indian scholars added that range. Okay. 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 Nobility. Okay. In Yemen and Mauritania, it should fatwa that the angel should be invoked with blessing. Okay. Broken anchor. Okay. Islam. Okay. Okay. Angels used to manage virtuous behavior while humans have the ability to sin, but also repent. Okay, so okay, so we can assume that angels are directly in contact with God then, can't we? Okay, look, what we know is that the angels are in direct contact with God, so they're able to believe them. Now, with us, we are not in direct contact with God because we are given a choice to believe or not, so that's why it's very believable. Now, about the shape of the angels, this says that they're made of incorporeal light. Okay, we are gonna have to. Okay, this one is saved. Like angels. No. Okay, good.
मेरी तरह आप भी सेविंग्स कर रहे होंगे और ये भी सच है कि हमारी सेविंग्स की रफ्तार और महंगाई।
We have seen a lot of videos talking about how angels look like in other traditions. That is why today I'll try and make you understand how they are described fully in Islamic belief accurately. First of all, Islamic beliefs regarding angels are much more complex than some scholars believe because they are described as having different forms and shapes. Even their names are strange because they mostly accompany the suffix il, like Jibreel, Mikael, Israfil, and so on. When their names don't accompany the suffix, the names are somehow strange, like for example, Munkar, which is the name of an angel who visits the graves. The meaning of Munkar is unknown. So stick to the end of the video to know more. Is unknown.
Oh. Okay, that's funny.
So stick to the end of the video to know more. Angels are created from a luminous substance, described as a form of light. The angels are created from light, just as the jinns from smokeless fire.
Okay. So what do you mean just as the jinns are from smokeless fire? Look, so God said, and I quote, that we were created from clay. I'm not gonna quote that. I shouldn't have quoted that. I don't know what he said, so I don't want to get punished. But so we can definitely assume that the jinns and the angels, have some sort of process which is akin to ours, but we just can't comprehend it. But yeah.
Muslim. They have free will and do only what Allah orders them to do. They are free from desires such as lust. Angels are big, very, very big. The Prophet, peace be upon him, saw Angel Jibreel once in his true form. He had 600 wings. Yes, you heard right.
Yeah, I did not hear this. I heard that there was some weird thing about angels having some. I don't know. Why do angels have wings? You know, like what's the reason they have wings? You know, we can assume that angels have some sort of evolutionary thing like us, or no? No, actually, or they could be out of the system. You know what? I should stop rambling.
600 wings, with each of them covering the horizon. Colorful substances that looked like rubies and diamonds were falling from those wings. If you are shocked about the size, then you have to listen to the next description. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, I have been given the permission to speak about one of the angels of Allah who carry the throne. The distance between his earlobes and his shoulders is equivalent to a 700-year journey. 700-year journey, yes. Angels are innumerable. Their number is so high that the human mind can't comprehend, ranging from the angels that calculate each drop of water and carry it from the clouds, to the one that stay in the womb of mothers to nurture the child. There are plenty.
What? Judgment Day, when the trumpet is blown, all the angels lose this energy and will eventually die out. I'm having a very hard time comprehending this.
ये लेदर बेल्ट यूएसए में सेल हो रहा है 55,000 का, लेकिन
Piss off, there's a difference. You know, the Judgment Horn, is that Imran Khan? Okay, no. When you think about the Judgment Horn, it is very just insane, you know. See, all of this, and all of these things are just so wrong, you know. Like nothing's like this. So all of this misinformation, you know, why? When you have the sources, when you know that they're compromised at that sort of light, you know something. People who are born into Islam, they know nothing about Islam. They just do it because their parents are telling them. They jerk off, they watch insane amounts of pornography, and I'm not even excluding myself. But they're the people who are not reverts, who are not new to joining Islam, and they were born into it. Most of the time, they have no idea what's going on. They just eat, sleep. They don't even know what they're praying about. It's insane, you know. And you know, I'm not saying that it's wrong for you to just heartlessly believe in God. That's a good thing. But what I'm saying is, who I'm talking about is about the kids who are just born into it and really don't give a fuck about it. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this. This is misinformation. I don't know if I'm speaking right or not, but still. Fallen angels of Babylon. Let's see this. Insinuate that. I mean, it could be a psychotic break. I'm not denying it, but like, what if it is a psychotic breakdown? You know, jinns, they definitely exist, you know, but like, how do you connect jinns with Islam? I'm not even saying they're not. I'm genuinely interested in how that's gonna work. Like, okay, this is what, look, if you look at how Islam connects with evolution, like that's fine. Okay, I understand that Adam and Eve came and were dropped on with the Neanderthals. It was, I don't know what the thing was named. Yeah, it was named something though, and then from that they evolved. That is understandable, but that's why there were no other conditions, wrong mutations, everything's up. But how do you connect the existence of angels, jinns, and all of that with our, you know, that's the question. And you know, I mean, the people could be hiding it. Why would they want to hide it? It's weird. You know, I'm not even denying the existence of jinns in themselves, but still. Let's see.
وهم يصطرخون فيها ربنا أخرجنا نعمل صالحا. وسيق الذين كفروا إلى جهنم زمرا حتى إذا جاءوها فتحت أبوابها حتى إذا جاءوها فتحت وقال لهم خزنتها ألم يأتكم رسل منكم وينذركم
Is this clickbait?
وقال لهم خزنتها سلام عليكم طبتم فادخلوها وأورثنا الأرض سلام
Going on over here, but I know what happened right there. What's this? Oh, man. And what's this about? Okay. Yeah, this one was very nice. I've seen this one before. And sometimes I feel like there's just these people who just believe in it in some different way, you know. But then there's these other people, like the person who presented the evolutionary theory and how it mixed with Islam. Like when people like that talk, they're talking from actual logic, you know. They're actually explaining logic. These other people, they're like, no, why do you talk like this? Why don't you believe in this? Then they're forcing it upon you, you know. That's why people are not really urging to believe in it then. Like, look at this, for example. You look at this, you look at this, then the only thing you can think is this, the only thing you can imagine in your head is this, the only scenario is sort of this spiritual thing, you know, and not science. And why? It is because of the title. Look at the fucking title. Okay? Now, if you were to present this in a scientific way, then that would be authentic, because obviously. And how long is
Collaboration is key for team success. With ClickUp, you can easily manage your team's tasks in time.
19 minutes, okay. It's not that long, but still. Okay, what's this? Times are certainly. Okay, what's this? I'm starving. What's this?
Brother, may I have some oats? No. I am starving, brother. As am I, brother. The tall, skinny figure has thrown the oats at me. Me, brother. I believe they have taken a liking to me. No, brother. I have seen this before. I have observed many things. From the roaring beast that the tall, skinny figures crawl in sight of to travel far beyond the horizon, to how the figure wept when the other had fallen into a deep sleep. And from my experiences, I have learned that they will give extra oats to one of us before taking them into the shed of no return. They will do terrible things in that shed, brother. Lies! That shed is where the chosen ones go to dine with our tall, skinny gods. You are a fool, brother, and you shall be left behind in the mud with your backwards ideas. No, brother! You must believe me. Share with me the oats, and you shall not reach the desired girth for the tall, skinny ones. they will spare your life, brother. Aha! So this was all a plan to steal my oats. You truly are despicable, brother. I will not trust your lies. Brother, when they took me outside the reaches of the pointy fences, into the roaring beast and way over the horizon, I saw it. I was taken to a gathering of these tall, skinny figures. They paraded me around, brother, and I saw the truth. I saw the tall, skinny ones consuming our flesh. I could not have been mistaken, brother. The smell of the flesh was surely one of us. They suspended the flesh above a fire and let it burn before consuming it. They did not just consume it either, brother. They took pleasure from this. Their mouths curved a wicked smile and some even let out moans of satisfaction from consuming our flesh, brother. The figures are consumers, brother. They are no different than the furry red demon that consumed and terrorized us and the feathered ones. Your story amuses me, brother, but does not convince me. I shall have these oats myself and dine with the tall, skinny dogs. I am sorry for you, brother. Your eyes cannot take the blinding light of the truth, and you scurry back to your cave. I shall take care of them once they consume you, brother, as they have consumed your lover, our father, our mother, and many more.
Very nice. But see the click. This is clickbait. Okay. Let's design. Come on. This is clickbait as well. Okay, look at this. Nobody's gonna believe this if they just encounter it. Okay. Like you need something which is true. Like the truth is probably Tangled animators know what.
You've seen Tangled, right? So someone pointed this out, and I can't see this scene the same way. This tiny moment is honestly mind-blowing. So Tangled is good. As the first Disney CGI princess movie, the animators really struggled.
And we would have scene after scene where things were just going terribly, terribly wrong.
So Rapunzel is an innocent character. That leads to big problems because Mother Gothel is always scheming. Remember that because it'll be important later. So after Mother Gothel sings a song about how Rapunzel should trust her, we get this interaction.
I love you very much, dear. I love you more. I love you most.
The animators gave away her evil intentions at the beginning of the movie, and we never noticed it. Look closely. She's looking at the hair, not her daughter. She even kisses her, not Rapunzel. You see.
Yeah, that's a really nice move. Anyways, you get the point, okay? You need to the Hebrew word that prove. Okay, what's this?
Usain Bolt is a well-known Jamaican sprinter. The funny thing about his name is that it is Bolt, while he is or used to be the fastest man on earth. So his name is actually referring to his amazing ability. Just like the English poet William Wordsworth. His name is a reflection of what he does. We call that in English an aptronym. And it is something that you can only understand and be able to make such references if you do understand English and know the meaning of the words Bolt and Wordsworth. Otherwise, you can't refer to this linguistic subtlety, or when heard, it will go right over your head. But what does any of this have to do with the Quran? Well, one of the biggest claims against the Quran is that it was authored by Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, since he was the one dictating his companions. But surprisingly, the Quran contains some subtle clues and aptronym-like references to other languages that the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, could not have possibly known himself, proving in an interesting way the divinity of this book and emphasizing the linguistic marvel of the Quran. To understand more what I mean, let's look at this first example. At the beginning of Surah Maryam, Allah mentions Prophet Zakaria. But notice the choice of words when Allah first talks about him in the second ayah. ذِكْرُ رَحْمَةِ رَبِّكَ عَبْدَهُ زَكَرِيَّا. The name Zakaria is originally a Hebrew name, which literally means the mention of God or the mention of the Lord. And notice how the ayah starts in Arabic, ذِكْرُ رَحْمَةِ رَبِّكَ, which provides an incredible reference to the meaning of the name Zakaria in Hebrew, but delivering it in Arabic, producing a satisfying symmetry to the ayah. A mention of the mercy of your Lord to his servant Zakaria, the mention of the Lord. If you think this is far-fetched or a bit too constrained, let us check another example. This ayah speaks of Ibrahim's wife when she received the news of having Ishaq. But take a good look at the choice of words here. وَامْرَأَتُهُ قَائِمَةٌ فَضَحِكَتْ. The word ضحكت means laughed. Do you know how many times this word was used in the Quran? Well, it was chosen to be used in the Quran only once, in this very ayah, when she received the news of having Ishaq. Now, the name Ishaq in Hebrew is Yitzchak, which literally means to laugh. And it gets even better. The rest of the ayah, وَمِن وَرَاءِ إِسْحَاقَ يَعْقُوبَ. So Allah specifically used وَمِن وَرَاء. And after Ishaq, Yaqub. Can you guess what the name Yaqub means in Hebrew? Well, it means the one who comes after. So with each name, there is that subtle reference in its Hebraic origin, showing that the one who wrote this must know Hebrew. Otherwise, these references would have been impossible to come up with. Here's a third example, and you will start seeing it here yourself. يا يحيى خذ الكتاب بقوة وآتيناه الحكم صبيا وحنانا من لدنا وزكاة وكان تقيا. This ayah talks about Prophet Yahya. Here, Allah uses a very unique word describing what He granted His Prophet, Hanana, which means compassion, kindness, gracefulness. This word was not used in the Quran except in this context, in relation to His Prophet Yahya. And I think by now, you can already guess the literal translation of the name, Yahya, or Yahuhanan, which then literally means the Lord has shown compassion or kindness, which is another incredible reference to what the actual meaning in Hebrew is. Even the name Ibrahim, Millata Abikum Ibrahim, it is the religion of your father, Abraham.
Has this gone too far? Skunk water sprayed on worshippers near Al-Aqsa Mosque. This is gut-wrenching.
Again, the name Ibrahim literally means the father of many nations in Hebrew. And Allah refers to him in this ayah as your father, the father of many nations. But the Quran being the miracle that it is, it takes such references to an even deeper level. In this ayah, when Allah gave Bani Israel a command, خُذُوا مَا آتَيْنَاكُمْ بِقُوَّةٍ وَاسْمَعُوا. Take what we have given you with determination and listen. But let's see what they said. قَالُوا سَمِعْنَا وَعَصَيْنَا. They said, we hear and we disobey. Well, from the surface, this sounds like a normal ayah. Bani Israel refusing Allah's command. But here's something very interesting. If you look at how this story is mentioned in the Torah, specifically in Deuteronomy 5:27, you will notice that it says, we will listen and obey. Now this is of course a translated version from the original Hebrew text. So let's look at what this phrase sounds like in its original Hebrew. وَشَمِعْنُوا وَعَصِينُوا. This is what we hear and we obey sounds like in Hebrew. And in the Quran it says, قَالُوا سَمِعْنَا وَعَصَيْنَا. We heard and we disobeyed. You can clearly hear the similarity of how these two phrases sound like across the two languages, which is a clear reference to what they claim to have said in the Torah, while in reality they listened, but they disobeyed. Such references that transcend and go beyond a single language requires that you know both Arabic and Hebrew to get it, let alone to produce something like this. And this was something that Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, could not have done himself, simply because he did not only know Hebrew, but he was even unlettered in Arabic. But it is the one who knows everything that has revealed the Quran. And while such subtleties may have not been this clear to the Arabs, since they were more challenging to Bani Israel, there were other types of linguistic and stylistic subtleties that can be seen and noticed by the Arabs, like a portion of this ayah whose meaning reflects how it can actually be read. وَهُوَ الَّذِي خَلَقَ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ وَالشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ كُلٌّ فِي فَلَكٍ يَسْبَحُونَ. And he is the one who created the night and the day and the sun and the moon, all in an orbit, swimming. Interestingly, this part of the ayah can be read the same way in both directions. كُلٌّ فِي فَلَكٍ كُلٌّ فِي فَلَكٍ, referring to the actual meaning of the phrase itself. Finally, if you are already thinking, well, I can make something similar to what we have seen today. Some Arab poets have even written poems that could be read from right to left and from left to right. And by looking up some meanings of names, I too can come up with such references. And this is exactly where most of these oppositions get it wrong. They only look at the Quran from a single angle, and they want to imitate it, and they leave everything else behind. And then when challenged, they complain about moving the goalpost. The Quran is miraculous because it contains layers upon layers upon layers of miracles of all kinds and types. There are so many angles and aspects to it, which are all elegantly embedded into the text, and all of this exists at the same time, in the same text, while providing accurate, scientifically correct, uncontradicting, and just simply linguistically marvelous text. But for us, it is not a mystery how something can be so perfect, because it is the word of Allah. Thanks for watching. If you want to start learning the Tajweed, then start with this playlist. And also, don't forget to check my latest book about...
Some guy go to an Islamic school. It's really just absolutely brain-wrenching. You know why? Because they force it upon you. You know, I don't even think a teacher knows about Islam over there. I mean, yes, they know about what Islam is and that they have to believe in a God. But I promise you, not even a single person in that school knows about in-depth Islam. You know, why is it real? They're gonna say, yeah, they don't have any proof. Look, I'm not even saying that Islam doesn't exist. I personally now do think Islam probably does exist, but they can't prove it because they don't know how to fucking teach. No, they know how to teach. What I'm saying is that they don't have the knowledge they need to actually run an Islamic school. Okay, it's like an asylum. It's literally an asylum. Okay, it's literally an asylum. That's all that I really have to say about it, you know. But yeah, I've noticed that the only reason I've really wanted to deviate from Islam is because of the horrible new culture surrounding it. Meaning, you understand what I said? When I said before, it's basically what I said before about how they just don't know what they're talking about, and they're just born into it, so they just believe it for no reason. You know, they don't question because they're all fucking maggots. Anyways, that's all.